I'm going to make your flip resets go from 0 to 100 by the end of this video. I've put together all of my flip reset tutorials to teach you how to normal flip reset, how to stall reset, how to double stall reset, how to triple stall reset, and how to no stall reset at the end of this video. All of my timestamps are on my video and in the description below, so pick and choose what you want to learn and just click on that. I'm going to go really in depth inside of these mechanics. I'm going to give you secret tips that no other channel provides. I've previously done freestyle against the likes of Jaxi, TX and many others, so I'm going to tell you all of the knowledge I've gathered along my journey and tell you everything in this video. And make sure to like and comment on this video, it helps me a lot with the algorithm and it helps me reach my like target of 50 likes in this video, so make sure you like and subscribe. So here's the training pack I'll be using and I'll go into the video now. So starting off with just a single reset. This one is pretty difficult to learn, but by the time you've learned it, it's not actually that difficult. So this is just a single reset here, and I'll tell you how I think you should learn these. So basically it's just a ceiling shot really. It's just a ceiling shot like this, but instead of jumping to the ceiling, you break and then jump. So the setup with the ball rolling towards the ball like that, rolling away from your car a bit, then boosting towards the ball, that's all the same, just like that. Because in the ceiling shot, you're aiming to get the ball as high to the ceiling as possible without touching it. That is exactly the same as the flip reset. To do the same setup, but instead of jumping, you're tapping brake like that. You're not holding brake, you're tapping it. So you're not holding it down like that and then jumping, because the ball is just going to fall downwards towards the ground. So you need to make sure the ball is at the peak of its height. It's not falling down. So you tap brake on the ball, then just jump off like that. So tap and then tap brake and jump off. Then after that you want to boost towards the ball. So tap, jump and boost towards the ball. The best way to learn these is just hitting the bottom of the ball with the back of your car, just like this. I wouldn't even try and get the reset yet, I would just try and hit the back of the ball. You can spin like that as well. So it's either holding down on your left air roll to make your car face like that, or just tapping your right air roll to make your car just flat straight away, just like this. But either way, you're just trying to hit the bottom of the ball with the nose of your car, just like that. If you're struggling, just learn ceiling shots a lot better, perfect the ceiling shot, perfect the height you get in the ceiling shot. And what you might be doing wrong is you might be tapping brake too early, so that happens. You want to hit the ball still and then tap brake. So you're hitting the ball, then tapping brake. Then flying up to the ball, hitting the nose of your car. Then just keep on doing that. It might start off with just looking like this. You don't know what you're doing, you're boosting towards the ball like this. But after a while you get used to it, and you'll just have a really quick one like this. So before you even get the reset, I recommend you just master this. Just master quickly flying up like that. You can do it slower, but just try and get as quick as possible. And when you've got it basically 1 second, move on to the flip reset. So now for this, all you have to do is pretty simple, just lean back. That's all you have to do. It's literally everything, just lean back. So there's two ways to get this reset. There's the first way to boost into it. You can boost into it really hard and the ball pops really far away. I'll show you now. So you see there, the ball pops quite far upwards. You do want that for some resets, but for this one I prefer a light hit, just like that. So what I do, I aim on the right hand side of the ball. So I aim my car there. I also air roll my car a tiny bit more, so my car's facing the other direction, so the ball doesn't really move anywhere, and it sets my next reset up perfectly. So I air roll a tiny bit, and then that sets up my spin really well. And as you can see, I'm really hitting the side of the ball there. The ball doesn't really fly away at all. Another tip I have is to gently feather up to the ball. Don't boost really hard into the ball, because if you feather up to the ball just like this, I mean that was a bad example, I don't even know how the ball popped up like that, but the ball never pops up that hard. So I'm feathering lightly and the ball's just right next to my car, ready for the next flip reset. So that's the best way. You can practice doing this just normal, just into a musty or whatever, but I really recommend you learn hitting the side of the ball. because that sets up your double reset, and I'm sure everyone here wants to hit that double reset. And the way I learned the recovery, I feel like the recovery is the hardest part of this. The way I learned it, the way I recommend you learn it, is to learn to air dribble off it. It took me about 3 weeks to learn to air dribble off the flip reset, but it was 100% worth it. The first day I only got 1 touch, I was just like this, I got 1 touch. Then by the end of the week, or by the end of the month, I could do a whole air dribble into the goal. Not like that, but I could do that. But you're probably thinking, how do you even turn your car around like that? It's basically a tornado spin. That's literally all it is, a tornado spin, but I add a few extra air roll bits to it, just like this. I would recommend you get your air rolling air dribbles perfected before you even try this. So just go around the map like this. You can do it where you're just doing this, tapping the joystick. But I really recommend you learn to like spin your joystick around, really learn how to control your car with air rolls. Because you see some people just tap air roll, keep on spinning, tap air roll, keep on spinning, tap air roll, keep on spinning. Just holds down your joystick, like twist it around, as you can see I'm doing. Just really learn the air roll to perfect it. Then your recoveries would be so much easier. That's all you have to do to learn the recoveries. Just learn how to air roll aerial like this. And that goes for the spins, for the double and triple reset as well. As you can see, I'm just air rolling. That's all you have to do, really. So after you can air roll air dribble really well, just learn to do a tornado spin like this. It's like a reverse tornado spin. Normally a tornado spin's like that. This is more like this, a reverse one. So I'm holding more upwards on my joystick. Then your car faces towards the ball, like that. Then you can get 1 touch. Then as you saw there, when I did that reverse tornado spin, my car's not really facing the ball properly. So that's why I use air roll. So I'm using the air roll to turn my car towards the ball even more. That's basically all the recovery is. The recovery is more of a muscle memory sort of thing, like I'm not even thinking about it. So as I said, it's just practice and practice. That's why I recommend you learn to air dribble off this, because by the time like a week or month down the line, your recoveries are just going to be perfect. It's like that. So your recoveries are just going to be perfect, so just learn to air dribble off it. It would take ages and ages. I spent hours every single day to learn the air dribble off this, but it is 1,000,000 times worth it. So if you want your flip resets to look like that, learn to air dribble off it. That's all I'm going to tell you. Learn to air dribble off your flip resets. So now I'm going to teach you how to double flip reset. First of all, you need to be able to do that single reset as I was talking before. But the main part of the single reset is hitting the side of the ball. Hit right on the side here and feather your car up to the ball. Don't boost into the ball hard. So feather up to the ball and then lean back last second. But as I say that, I don't want you to let the ball fall a ton then get the reset. I still want the ball to have its peak height when you get the flip reset. So feather your boost enough so you're getting the peak height of the reset. Just like that. And hitting the side of the ball sets up your spin, and it also makes the ball land in the perfect place. As you can see, I'm hitting the side of the ball's moving more towards the left, and my car's going to have that spin and be right underneath the ball. So the spinners I was talking about before, it's mainly just muscle memory and your air rolling ability, so make sure your air rolls are really good, your constant air rolls. And when I say that, I don't mean holding down the air roll, tapping your joystick, carry on air rolling, tapping your joystick. I mean completely twisting around your joystick like this and completely mastering the air roll. That's all you have to do for the spins. As you can see, I'm not just tapping my joystick, I'm completely rolling it, I'm completely mastering it, I'm learning every single movement. That's all you have to do. And it's basically a reverse tornado spin that I'm doing, as you can see on my controller overlay. And I'm also tapping the joystick, as I said, to position my car even better. And another thing I'll say, I'm immediately rolling, I'm not waiting to roll. This is something that I struggled with a lot. I did that, then I waited ages to stall, and my car was all the way down there. You want to spin straight away and you want to stall straight away, just like this. And you also want to stall whilst you're rolling as well, if you know what I mean. So I'm rolling, then I'm stalling. I'm not rolling, stopping, then stalling. I'm not doing this. That still works, but it wastes a lot of time. You want to roll and spin at the same time. So I'm literally just rolling, then spinning, like that. You may be asking, how do you stall? I recommend you watch my stall tutorial first, as that's going to have all of the tips. I've got a full video on that. I'm teaching you from the ground up. I'm not going to teach you from the ground up in this video. So what you have to do, you have to spin right on your joystick. You have to spin left on your arrow. This is my left arrow on L1. Hold them both together so you're doing like a tornado flip here. Then all you're doing, tapping A when you're doing that. Make sure your joystick's not facing down or it's not facing up. Anything above 0.1 is fine for stalls, don't have it below 0.1. But making sure your your joystick is really far to the right, it's in the exact position. If it's not, you're just going to flip. The way I learned this, I tapped it less and less every time. So I start off with a full hold, I went to a quarter of a hold, went to half a hold, then I went to just a tap. That's how I learned it. It took ages, but just work your way down from a full hold. Then after you can do that, you want to be able to stall cancel, just like this. That's when your car's completely flat on the ball. So just stall cancel like that. And all I'm doing, just tapping the other arrow straight after. Just like that. All you have to do, just tap the other arrow, and then it's just really easy. It's all I'm doing. When you can stall cancel, it's going to be a lot easier, as your car's going to be completely flat. Something, as you'll see, I'm doing my control overlay. I'm not always stall cancelling. I'm flipping until my car's positioned like that and then stalling. I actually find that easier for these. As you can see, I'm rolling, then my car's like that, and then I'm stalling. I'm not really stall cancelling on these, to be honest. Just like this. Like, I'm not stall cancelling at all. I'm just air rolling into the position to then stall. Because when you stall, your car goes to the side a bit, like that. So I'm making sure my car's positioned like that. So when I stall, my wheels are flat. You can either do the stall canceller that way. But the thing about the stall cancel is you need to rotate your car all the way around and then stall. Just doing a normal stall saves you a lot of time. Just like that. It saves me so much time. So that's my other big tip. My next big tip is to have the ball as high as possible next to the ceiling. So you've got as much time as possible to do these. Having as much time as possible means you can just completely fluff it up and you still get the double reset. Like, I waited for ages there and the ball's still really high up. So make sure it's as high to the ceiling as possible. Like, I could probably get 5 resets from there. It's really good to have it as high up as possible. Then leaving off of the recovery. The recovery is exactly the same as the normal one, but it's a bit different and harder as it's a stall. But you'll just get used to it. Just learn to air dribble off it like the normal one. It's quite difficult because you can't really predict stalls that well, in my opinion, and your car doesn't move properly off them. So just learn to air dribble it off like that. A big other tip is to just get really underneath the ball. If you're not underneath the ball's just going to fall to the floor. So make sure you're really underneath the ball and you stall, so it pops the ball really high up. That's all that I would say, and that sets up your triple reset really well as well. So make sure you're really underneath the ball so it pops up like that. If it's not like that, it's just impossible to recover from it, really. One last thing that I didn't cover was how you actually get underneath the ball. Just feather underneath the ball, it's nothing special. Feather underneath the ball, then it'll just be muscle memory to know when to stall. Like it's there, I'm too far forwards, the ball doesn't get on all 4 wheels. So just make sure you feather underneath the ball, learn the height. A big tip I would have is to learn to ceiling stall first. Learning to ceiling stall first completely sets up your stall. You learn when to stall, how to stall reset, how to recover. So learn to ceiling stall before you go on to the stall reset. This is what I always do. If I want to triple reset, if I want to learn how to triple reset, I learn to triple stall off the ceiling first, etc, etc. It just helps learn quicker. I'm fluffing all those up, but I've got a tutorial in my description below. So that should be everything for the double reset. The main point is to get a really light first reset, go to the side of the ball, learn to air roll really well with your joystick, then it'll just be muscle memory to get that flip reset. Then learn to stall or stall cancel and immediately go into the stall, don't wait at all, go faster than you'd expect, just immediately stall. It's like these, you immediately stall. So that's all of the double reset. I'm going to go on to the triple reset now. The triple reset is the same as the double, but there's one other point. You need to make sure you're getting really good touches underneath the ball. Like you need to be really, really underneath the ball. If you're not underneath the ball's going to fall to the floor, and you want the ball to pop just above your car. You don't really want to be feathering underneath the ball. You want the ball to be in perfect positions every time to get the stall. This just comes with muscle memory, so make sure you practice your double resets to air dribbles. When your recoveries are good for double resets, triple resets are just going to be easy. It's like this. One other thing I'd say, you want a really quick double reset. If you can do a double reset almost immediately, look how much time I've got to get that triple reset. You want to be able to do your double reset in literally half a second. I didn't get the reset there, but make sure the ball's as high to the ceiling as possible and you get that double reset almost immediately, because I've got so much time to get that next reset. Because if you wait a long time to get the double reset, you're just not going to be able to get the triple. Like I'm waiting here, get the triple reset, I just can't. So immediately get that double reset. That is so, so important. There's not really too much else to say, to be honest. That's basically everything that I cover. I'm trying to think what else there is. So it's mainly just the stalls, being quick with them. I would actually recommend not to stall cancel for these. I'd recommend just doing a normal stall, just like this. Because that saves so much time. If you're still cancelling, it wastes a lot of time. Like I'm going all the way around, then I'm still cancelling. Just for a normal ceiling stall or something, I do recommend just stall cancelling. But for these stalls with the spins, don't stall cancel, it wastes a lot of time. Just normal stall, that's all I do, just a normal stall. Then the recovery for the triple is the exact same as the double reset. I'd recommend learning to double reset to air dribble as it helps your recoveries an absolute ton. Without being able to double stall air dribble, you won't be able to recover well at all. For the triple reset and the last reset, I do sometimes stall cancel because I get the double reset and it's just out of the absolute nowhere. So then I just really want that reset, so I kind of guarantee it with the stall reset. As you see, that sometimes happens. That happens if your car and ball is too close to your car and you wave dash off the ball. You want like a little pop like this. Those little pops really help you a ton. Those little pops come from hitting directly in the centre of your car. So just master where the centre of your car is and how you get the reset in the centre of your car. It's just muscle memory. But you really just want those little pops to pop the ball just above your car. Because it also settles right in the path of your car to just spin and get the resets without feathering your boost. So that's basically everything. My main points for the triple reset is learn these little pops. Get the double reset immediately. Don't wait around at all for the double reset. Immediately spin, get the double reset, and you've got tons of time to get that triple. Make sure the ball is as high to the ceiling as possible. The first reset is the one that you need to master. If you've not got the first reset down, don't even bother. Just learn to master the first reset. On the first reset, hit the ball in the side of your car like that. Feather into the ball on the first reset. Hit right on the side of the ball. Then you've just got a free triple reset really. So if you've got all of those points down, then your triple reset should be a thing. And the last tip I had, don't stall cancel, do normal stalls. Stall cancels are a waste of time on these resets. I position my car before and then stall. So I position my car like this, then I stall and my wheels are flat. That's how you get the reset, don't stall cancel. Like that, then I stall, then my car's flat. So immediately get that. I'd still recommend learning the stall cancel, but just learn to do these. And that's everything for this video. If it helped you, make sure to like and comment below, and I'll see you next time. So this is a training pack I'll be using in this video, and I'm going to teach you how to stall, not stall, no stall, double and triple flip reset, and the initial reset. So starting off with the initial reset, this is the main part of this shot. Without a good initial reset, you won't be able to get double or triple ones. So it's basically the same as a ceiling shot, just like this, but the only difference is that you brake on the ball instead, just like that. So make sure you can ceiling shot really well. The ball placement, the ball height is exactly the same as a normal ceiling shot. So that's literally all this setup is, except you tap brake on the ball. You don't want to hold down and brake, otherwise the ball is going to be falling downwards when you get to it, and it's just not going to work. So you need to make sure the ball's got its peak height when you're getting the flip reset. And that can only be done if you tap brake on the ball and boost really fast up to it. There's not too much else to say for the initial reset, to be honest. It's pretty... I'm not going to say straightforward because it's really difficult and takes weeks to learn. But the idea of it as just being a ceiling shot and tapping brake on the ball is basically all it is. My other tip for you is to just practice hitting the back of the ball with the nose of your car. Just flying up and hitting it like that. Just like this. If you've got that idea down and you just grind this out until you spin your car around and hit the ball with the nose of your car just like this. Just practice that constantly. Your first one may look like this. You're trying to get to the ball and you just can't get it. Then after a while it will happen where you can just boost really quickly up to it. So when you try the reset, you want to be able to do it really quickly, boosting up to the ball before you even try the reset. So make sure you practice this a lot and just grind this. You should have one full rotation of the flip when you get the ball hit. You don't want to be spinning more than once, or you can just press your right air roll and go up to it straight like that. Either one of those works, either one of those is good. But I always do the spins. And then when... Just got a notification, sorry. Then when you just before you get to the ball, you want to lean your car back a tiny bit. Just like this. Then you want to boost up whilst you're just before you lean your car back, like that. You can't really see it because the boost is below the car, but that makes my car just fly up to the ball really well. If you don't boost just before you lean your car back, you're not going to get the flip reset that well. So make sure you boost and then lean your car back. And that's basically all the initial reset is. I'll talk about it more because you have to do it a bit differently for these resets. But that's the basic idea. Doing a ceiling shot, try and hit the nose of your car on the ball, but lean back just before you get to the ball, just like that. Now you're probably asking me, how do you recover from this? It's impossible to recover. So basically, there's a tornado spin where you hold air roll left and right on your joystick like this. Just like that. So you want to do an opposite version of that like this. Then what I do, I roll my joystick like this, as you can see in my controller overlay. So I'm rolling it from the bottom 90 degrees to the left. Just like that. That's all I'm doing. So I'm doing that, then my car faces upwards. But I really recommend you to learn your constant air rolling like this. Don't just do it where you tap air roll like that. That's just rubbish. Learn to like really control it with your joystick. You can see how much I'm moving it with my joystick. That's what you want to be practicing. You don't want to be practicing with without doing this. This really sets up your air rolling mechanics. It improves everything, and your recoveries would just be muscle memory if you can do this really well. So just fly around the map next to the wall and just try not to hit the wall. It will be difficult, especially when you're constantly moving your joystick like this, but it does really help your mechanics. Or you can try hold boost. I probably can't even do this. Yeah, it's just impossible for me. But doing the combination between those two, you'll be able to face your car up towards the ball, and I really recommend just learning to air dribble off this. If you can air dribble off this, then everything else would be really easy. It took me ages to learn to air dribble off these, but that's the best way to learn your recovery and initial reset. It takes weeks and weeks to do these, but... So that's basically everything for the initial reset. I'll run through the main points again. So it's like a ceiling shot, you tap brake on the ball, you boost up, lean back, then you get the reset. Then you want to do that reverse tornado spin and roll your joystick so your car's facing upwards for the recovery. Then learn to flip reset air dribble to improve your recoveries a lot. So that's how you do the initial reset. Now I'm going to talk through how you do the double no stall reset. This is actually pretty difficult. It's the easiest version of a flip reset, but you'll find it difficult to start with. So the starting point on this, you need to have a really good initial reset. Your initial reset sets up this, and if you can't do your initial reset well, you won't be able to do this. And what I would tell you is to aim really far to the right hand side of the ball there. I'm basically on the side of the ball, as you can see. Not that one was wrong. But as you can see here, I'm literally right on the side of the ball like that. You want to be extremely far to the right hand side, like more than you would expect. And you also want to feather up to it instead of boosting hard. That's so the ball and car is close to each other after the reset. If you boost him really hard into the ball is going to go flying away and you just can't get the no stall reset. The main tip about these resets is having your car and ball as close to each other as possible. Because look here, my car and ball is so close to each other that you can just get the reset really easily. You can position your car so you barely have to flip. I'll do one now. Like there, I barely had to flip at all because my car and ball were so close to each other. So make sure your car and ball is literally touching like glue. And make sure you're feathering up to the ball right here. You don't want it where the ball's falling down from its peak height. You still want the ball at its peak height. Because if I got the flip reset like this, that's just not going to work. So you need to have the ball at its peak height when you're getting the second flip reset. Just like that. Then feathering up to the boost, as I was saying before, it just helps you and your car stick together even more, so you can just do the flip. Then the flip I'm doing is basically that. There's two ways to do this. There's the freestyle one where you just do this, just a normal diagonal flip, just like that. Or there's the comp one where you kind of do more of a speed flip into the ball. I always do speed flips into the ball. You may see freestylers do that, but I always do speed flips into the ball. I find it a lot easier because I just bring my car really close to the ball. I'll try and diagonal one here. Yeah, I just never do diagonal ones. I always do the speed flip ones. So I position my car so when I do the speed flip, it has all four wheels touching the ball. This would just come with practice. But I position my car like this, like facing downwards kind of. Like that. So when I do the speed flip, my wheels are completely open. You can pause the video just before I get the just before I do the flip. Then you can see what position my car's in. So I'm in that position there. So whenever I do the flip, my car's facing all four wheels and it's facing outwards. Didn't get the reset there, but as you can see here, I'm positioning my car so when I do my flip, all four wheels are facing it. This just comes with practice and really understanding flips really well and really understanding this mechanic. I can't really tell you an exact position, but you just want to be to the side of the ball. You want to be really to the side of the ball because you are flipping to the left hand side. But just look at my controller overlay and see how I'm doing it. There's not too much else to say to this mechanic, to be honest, for this double reset, because it's mainly just feathering up to the ball, hitting really on the side of the ball here, positioning your car to be on the right hand side of the ball, and it's more just muscle memory and knowledge where to put your car. But you do want to be really close to your car when you get this reset. You want to be literally touching it like glue, and you want to position your car before you get this speed flip. That's so you can really make full four-wheel contact on the ball. So you can see here I'm directly next to it, and that's basically everything. I don't want to go in circles, but the recovery is the same for the normal reset. And I'll go on to the triple reset now. So what's slightly different with the triple reset is you just want to get your second reset extremely quickly. Triple resets, no stalls, are easier than triple resets with stalls. Like, stalls take a lot longer to do, in my opinion. So my main tip for this is just get your double reset immediately. Position your car immediately. Like, for example, here you'll see I get my double no stall reset literally instantly, and you see how much time I've got to get the triple reset after that. It's just acres and acres of time to get that. So just learn to like immediately come off your flip reset, immediately go into that second no stall reset like this. Then when you've got that down, you'll have like 30 seconds to get the triple reset. So you hear, I've got tons of time to get it. I waited so long and I still got it. And my other tip for triple no stall resets is that this is something I struggle with. You might see a load of freestylers have the perfect setup where they get the second one and they're directly in front of the ball to get the third one. That never really happened to me. I had to boost to the ball to get these. So I get the second one, then I boost my car into position to get the third one. I never really fall in position to get the third one. So I have to boost a bit and then flip. That's my main tip. But the hard thing is to know how to angle your car and where to position your car, because on the first one, after the flip reset, your car's in the perfect position already to get it. So you have to kind of learn the positionings where to put your car for the third reset. To get the second one, position your car here and then flip. But it's just really difficult to know how to position your car for this. So I recommend you just play around with it, use trial and error, see where your car has to go, get the second reset really, really quickly, and try and... This kind of goes against everything though, but I recommend you not to get the flip reset underneath the ball. Try and get it to the side of the ball or the back of the ball. I didn't get the reset there. But for normal, all of the other flip resets, I always tell you to get right underneath it so you've got enough time to recover. But for these, I really recommend just getting the flip reset on the side of the ball here. That's so you've got more time and it's just easier to set up for the triple reset. Maybe if you want to do 5 resets in a row, then you would go underneath the ball more. But for these, I really recommend just hitting the side of the ball because it sets your car up a lot better for the triple reset. But my main point is to readjust your car and then flip again. You might not be able to do it straight after the second one, so boost a bit, air roll your car a tiny bit so your car's in the perfect position. There's not too much else to say for this mechanic except it's just grinding it and grinding it and grinding it. It takes a very long time to do, but the main point is to feather your car on the ball, go really far to the right hand side, try and get your flip reset on the side of the ball, and also readjust your car for the third reset. And try and get the second reset as quick as possible. Don't wait around at all. Immediately get that second reset. I'm air rolling before I even get to the ball, before I even touch the ball. So you can see here I've got the second reset and I've got tons of room. So that's everything for this video. If you've got any questions, ask me below, and I'll see you next time.